Hi, my name is Amanda Mayer, and this is my ePortfolio highlight video. We'll start out with our personal goals video. In this video, you will see my goals throughout this program that included my personal goals of supporting my family. I have 3 kids who are getting old enough to be involved in many activities, so I'm now the official cheerleader and taxi for them, as well as supporting my husband and his job and career changes that he's had recently. My personal goals, or my professional goals of finishing my master's program here at Fort Hays State, getting an eventual admin position, and then continuing to always learn and grow throughout my time in this profession. I think that's an important goal to have. No matter how long you have been in education, there's always areas and room for improvement and growth. Next, we'll look at the leadership philosophy of mine, and in this you'll see that I feel that it's very important to be a servant leader, to serve others, that the organization involves the whole group, and building that culture and building those relationships, cultivating a culture where all are welcome, all feel love, and all are allowed to be successful. And that looks a lot differently in a smaller school than it does in a bigger school, but I feel that leading and creating that culture is important no matter where you are a building leader. This is my program of study. I was able and blessed to complete my plan of study within about 2 years. I was able to complete the classes, and hopefully this class being successful as well, I will finish and be able to complete my master's program. My program completion timeline talks a little bit about my journey as an educator. I did graduate from Fort Hays State University with a BS in LEd in 2004, and then I was teaching. I taught kindergarten for 15 years. The last 2 years, I have taken on a new leadership role as the lead teacher, and I also began working on my master's at that time. I hope to finish my master's and here and complete that round of education in my life. My resume is next. I have been blessed with opportunities to teach. I did get to teach 1 year in Las Vegas, Nevada, which was an experience that I will say was like 5 years worth of experience. Just a totally different culture and lifestyle and education system that I had not experienced before. I then taught kindergarten for 15 years at Wilson Elementary in Hays. I love my kindergartners and loved being in the classroom, but was blessed with an opportunity the last 2 years to become the lead teacher at a small Catholic school in Colby, Kansas. I really enjoyed that as well. Throughout my time, I have been blessed with many leadership opportunities, including being on district leadership teams, building leadership teams, as well as serving on the State of Kansas Kindergarten Task Force in 2017, which we were putting together necessary documentation to show the need for funding for all-day kindergarten, which I am happy to say we were able to get that done. Next, we'll move into some of the things that I got to complete as far as this class goes. The first part was this annotated bibliography. This was something that was a great experience overall. It was overwhelming and tough at times to complete. But looking back on it now that it is complete, I see the value in going and finding sources and learning more about specific topics. The ones that I really enjoyed most and learned the most, that interested me the most, was the ones that I looked up on climate and culture, about creating high expectations within your building, among staff and students, and how data can help drive those expectations, and then also building staff morale. this was important. This time in education that we are in right now is really tough, and teachers are asked to do a lot. And so I think it's important to build that culture of support and build that morale. When I took on the position of building lead teacher, the staff had been in disarray for a couple of years. The leader before really kind of made things difficult for the teachers. So it was really important to change that culture and create that family and supportive atmosphere. So reading these articles helped deepen my understanding in many areas and topics related to being a building leader. The next we'll look at is our district level activities. Again, I appreciated doing these activities and putting this all together. We'll just highlight a couple of the things. One of the things that I am proud of being able to say that we were a part of this year is this was the 5th year in our accreditation cycle for our diocese, and this was the first time in the diocese that we received accreditation all together. In the past, each school had kind of done it individually. So we spent a lot of time this year putting together the information that was needed to show our growth, the data that was needed to present on a district level and receive our accreditation, and we did receive high marks on that this year. So that was a new experience for me, but one that is extremely beneficial moving forward. And the other one I would like to highlight is being the testing coordinator for our building. Again, this last couple of years, that's been a new adventure for me. Making sure that not only all the tests are ordered and the students are in the right spot, but monitoring those tests and making sure that all of the laws and regulations are being met so that the testing is fair and unbiased and really gives us a good look at where our students are at, and then can give us direction on where we need to go in the future as helping improve student achievement within our school. Our secondary activities, the ones I would like to highlight on this, again, I've worked in kindergarten for many years, and so secondary level was new to me. One of the ones that I want to point out is I have been the faith formation director for our parish the last few years, and with this, it's provided many leadership opportunities as far as organizing and forums and finding teachers and helping the teachers find resources that they need, filling in, providing discipline when necessary for some of the classrooms. Most of the people we're working with are volunteers and are not teachers, so being able to provide that support that they need so they can effectively teach the students within our parish has been a wonderful activity, and blessed that I've been able to do that. The other one I want to highlight is classroom observations. I was able to go to TMP, the junior and senior high school, and observe several different classrooms. Again, secondary education is a little foreign to me. I've spent my life in kindergarten and love my little people. So this was a really great opportunity for me to grow and learn and see effective teaching practices in the secondary level. I believe watching other teachers is one of the most effective things that you can do as a teacher. You always gain insight and ways that you can improve yourself just by watching your peers at their level. At the elementary level, obviously this was more in my comfort zone, but I'd like to highlight one of the things that we did this last year is we were part of a strategic planning committee that I was able to be a part of. We hired somebody at the parish to come in and look at the parish and the school and everyone together and figure out a long-term plan, looking at our finances, looking at how we would fund what our future looks like in the next 5-10 years, what programs and activities, things that we want to bring into the school, how we would do that, how we would finance that, what that would look like, really gave us a long-term plan that we can now use that supports our mission and our vision, and as we work towards those improvements to continually grow and change our school. One other opportunity that I would like to highlight is being a teacher mentor. I was able to be a part of the Smoky Hill Service Center Accreditation mentoring program. I was able to mentor a brand new teacher the last 2 years in kindergarten. Through this process, we attended different classes and things, presentations, talked about how that worked within our classrooms. I was able to get an opportunity to observe her classroom and help her create an action plan and find things and areas that she could maybe improve a little bit as she goes. This was a great opportunity to see her excitement for teaching, but then also for me to be able to articulate and share some of the knowledge that I have gained by teaching these last few years, and being able to share that knowledge and see her grow in those learning opportunities. The last thing I'd like to highlight is I was able to have the opportunity to lead professional development within my staff. Through this book study, we chose The Emotional Poverty in All Demographics by Ruby Payne, and throughout the year during our professional development days had the opportunity to discuss and look at ways that we could improve in meeting the emotional needs of our students. This was something that I had done in my old school a little bit as far as looking into some of these things, but being able to share this with the rest of my staff this year had huge benefits for all of our students as we figure out how we can help students regulate and be successful in the classroom. Overall, this experience of putting together my e-portfolio, although overwhelming at times, has been a great opportunity for me to look back at all that I've done and figure out how it's all fit together and realize that this program really has prepared me to be a building leader in ways that I was not necessarily prepared before. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope that you enjoyed looking at my e-portfolio. Thank you so much and have a great day.